Hey folks, we're just going to wait one moment for Doyle to join us, but good morning everybody, or probably good evening for some of you. It is 10 in the morning here in Portland, so forgive the very bright morning sun here. It's not optimal Instagram live lighting, but that's okay. We'll take what we can get. So, hello Grim Onion. Yeah, hello Maria. So we're just going to give it a moment for Doyle to join, but I'm glad y'all are here this morning, evening, whatever. All right, and here is Doyle. So let us add him. And hopefully this will go smoothly. I know we've had some connection problems in the past with some of these lives, but I got a good feeling about this one. I think it's going to be okay. All right, yes, hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
Doing good. Yeah. Very excited to be talking with you today. So I think we're like
All right.
2 minutes past
Now
the
it's
hour.
okay.
Perfect.
Network problem.
Yeah, I can see you. It's a little blurry, but it's working.
I'm not getting what you're saying.
Oh,
Network is disturbing.
oh no, maybe we'll give it a
I think
minute to see if the network gets better. How about now? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, no? Can't hear me so much?
Oh, yes. Now I'm getting.
Oh, hooray. Awesome. Well, hi, everybody. So today we are here with our next installment of Language Champions Live. This is an exciting one for me personally because we are talking to an Iyasa language champion, and Iyasa is a language very close to my heart. I had the privilege of learning about this language as part of my dissertation research. And so I'm so happy to be talking today with Doyle Ngomi, who is going to tell us about some of his work with the Iyasa language. So I guess just to get started, would you like to introduce yourself for everybody?
All right. Okay. What is my name? I have two names. First of all, I have two names because gave to me when they gave birth to me, and another name, my Iyasa name, my African name. So I can, in English or French, in the European languages, you say my nickname. But for me, it's my original name. Or my name is, the name my parent gave me is Ngomi Doyle McKey. That's my name. But now my Iyasa name, Mónivibɔ Mwa Ngɔ. Mónivibɔ. Now, Mónivibɔ means the leader, the elders, though the person who is leading other people. Now, the leader of Ngomi. So that is my nickname, my Iyasa name. But now, Iyasa, I'm Iyasa from Cameroon, South region of Cameroon, Ocean Division, Campus Subdivision. So I'm a Cameroonian. I'm a typical Cameroonian, proud to be Cameroonian and African. I'm an African. So what am I doing? I'm working. I'm a secondary school teacher. Every day, my everyday work task. So I'm trying as well as possible to train young Cameroonian, the future of Africa. So I'm a bilingual teacher. I'm with to francophone in francophone subsystem of education. Alongside, at the same time, teaching French as a foreign language to Anglophone. So Anglophone are those who favor English as a second language, whose English is the second language, and Francophone, French is the second language. So as whole, I can in Cameroon we call them bilingual teacher. So because I have a past in bilingual study, University of Yaoundé, and now my work, I'm trying as well as possible to promote my language, to work on my language as a language, Iyasa is my language. Iyasa is my language, and 3 years today. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best, and as well as possible to work on my language in order to context
Oh, looks like a little bit of connection
in the
problem.
context of globalization. I'm trying as well as possible to work in order to promote and to pluralize my language.
Awesome. Actually, I want to go back and ask a question, if that's okay. Oh, are you there? I can't hear you very well. Oh no. All right, we got some connection problems, folks, but we're gonna wait it out. And for anybody watching, please feel free to ask any questions or share any thoughts you might have in the chat. But okay, so Doyle, I had a question. Yeah. Oh,
Try your best. All
there we
right.
go. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
All right. Are you getting
So I
me?
think people might be curious. Like,
Uh,
I think Doyle McKey is not a very typical Cameroonian name. Can you share a little bit about how you got that name?
my Cameroonian name, my Iyasa name,
What?
Doyle McKey Ngomi. Doyle McKey Ngomi, that's my name. That's the name my parents gave to me when they gave birth to me. Now my name, as I told you, my nickname. You can consider it as the nickname because I don't know which word can explain it better. My nickname is Mónivibɔ, Mwa Ngɔ. That is my typical Iyasa name, and I love that name. When they call me Mónivibɔ, oh, I'm excited. I feel like so Mónivibɔ, as I was saying, it means the leader, the person leading others, the person in front, the person showing the way to other people. So that's the meaning of Mónivibɔ. And let me tell you, I can surprise you, Mónivibɔ is not an Iyasa name. Mónivibɔ is not an Iyasa name. Mónivibɔ is from Benga language. Benga language. Now Benga are brothers to Iyasa, as you know, and everybody Benga are brothers to Iyasa. So I prefer, for me, is living together. So for me, by taking that name, by choosing that name, it is an appeal to everybody, all the Ndowe people, to join, to build in order to build something great, and in order to carry out, and in order to face challenges, several challenges because of the globalization and everything, and technology, new technologies, and so on and so forth. So my name, as you are Anna, my name is Mónivibɔ. That's my name.
That's awesome. Although, do you ever feel like it's a lot of pressure to be named leader? Like, do you feel pressured to really do great things because of the name you have?
For me is it is more than a duty. For me, leading people, showing the way to people is more like a duty. It's like biological endowment. I feel it like biological endowment. My mission, that my duty is to lead other. My duty is to show the way, to talk to other, to lead them, to tell them no. You don't have to do this. You can do that, this, that. So that's I feel it, but not. It is not like I feel pressure, but I can tell you that sometimes when you are leading people, it's not easy. It's not easy. Leading human beings, not easy. But for me, I'm always excited when I can help somebody, when I can lead somebody, when I can show the way to another person. So maybe it is why my God, the God of my ancestor, uh, guided me alongside to be training tomorrow Cameroonian and Africans.
Yeah, that's a really great way to look at it. There's a wonderful word in Hawaiian that comes up a lot. Like when I was going to school in Hawaii, the word kuleana is a Hawaiian word that means both a privilege and a responsibility, right? It's like a blessing of a duty, right? It's something you're privileged to have to do. And it sounds like leading people sounds like your kuleana.
So that's correct. It is always for me. It's a privilege. It is always like a privilege to lead people. It is a privilege because everybody does not have that habit. That I don't know what to call it. I don't know what that engagement to lead people because leading people is not. We can go to school and learn leadership. We can be a leader because we went to school. We have been trained to lead people, to motivate, to do this. But when you did not go to school for that, but you feel like excitement when you are leading people, and every day, sometimes my house, I consider my house like a temple. Those who are going to church and believe in God, it is the same allegory, the same image, the church and because everybody can go there and will find solution in court in church. So I feel like when people are coming to my place, expose their problem, they should go back with a solution. So that for me is a task. For me is a right. It's a right for me to provide solution to solve their problem, to find out solution for their problem and their difficulties. So I'm very
Yeah.
excited. I'm always excited when I can lead. I can help. For me, it's not always leading, but it's helping people. Sometimes I used to tell my students that I'm a helper. I'm a helper. So if you want to succeed, I'll help you. You're gonna succeed. Now, if you don't want to succeed, I will still help you. So I'm a helper. That is it. That's the reality.
Well, that's a beautiful perspective. And it sounds like right now, like one of the problems you're looking for a solution to is challenges faced by the Iyasa language. So for everybody who's watching who doesn't know anything about Iyasa, can you tell us a little bit about Iyasa language and culture and kind of where you're from in general?
Okay, I'll try. I'm gonna try my best. So
I know
yes,
it's
I
hard to
is
just say a short bit about your
yes.
language. The whole
Because I know our audience might sorry, our audience might not have any idea about Iyasa language, but Iyasa is a language. A A.30 classified by Atlas Linguistique du Cameroon. Iyasa is a Niger Kordofan language. It's a Bantu Congolese language. Fall under the group of Ndowe languages. So Iyasa are amongst, because in the Ndowe languages, in the Ndowe group of languages, family of languages, they are divided into two. Those who are to express I am, say Ngwe Naye, and those to express I am, saying Umba Naye or Mba Naye. Now he has a fall into the first category, Ngwe Naye, and then they call them Bungwe or Bonangwe. So they are Iyasa, Kombe, something like Avanje. So there are many. So Iyasa is Niger Congolese languages, Niger Kordofan in general, Bantu Congolese language, A.30 following the division by Atlas Linguistique du Cameroon. Iyasa language is found in Cameroon, South region, Ocean division, between Kribiwan subdivision and Campo subdivision. So we have many villages such as Lulabe, Bombingwe, Beyo, Ipenyenje, Ebodje, Mbenji, Bwanjo, Enyengeramanga, Bokumbe, Mumbu Mwatembo, and so on and so forth. There are several villages speaking Iyasa, using Iyasa and as their language. Their language. So
Yeah,
now,
and people
uh,
might get from
culture.
those around.
Now about the culture. Iyasa culture is very complex. extremely complex, and then that is the world. Iyasa is having a wealthy culture and a diverse. As far as traditional languages, we have several traditional languages in the Iyasa land, or Ndowe land, because I consider it as Ndowe land because you realize that several Ndowe people, Ndowe tribes have the same traditional dances such as Mekuye, Ivanga. We have Ngwele, we have Bechibwa, and we have such like esoteric practices, mystic practices. There is a mystery. Sometimes when Iyasa want to cure when you are sick, and this, there are some practices they can be considered as witchcraft by those French new religions. New religions are consider those practices like witchcraft. We have Mbukwa. This are calling Mokukuma Waamu. It is a typical practice in Iyasa land, and that is for men. Now for women, we call it Ilonga. Ilonga. So that is one of those practices enable Iyasa people to be focused and to stay connected with their ancestor and with God, the God of their ancestor. And then I call it the real God, the God who created everything, the universe, the earth and the heaven. So that's the real God for me. So all those practices enable, when we put them together, they enable Iyasa people to be in close contact with God. So now, as far as meal, we have several meals. Anna, I know that you have you were in Cameroon. You were so then
I miss the food.
you have spent more almost 2 years in Iyasa land. So you have an idea of our meals. We have traditional meals, and you realize that the same traditional meals are found in the Ndowe land. The Ndowe land, which I can call Ikumembongo. Ikumembongo is the name of the Ndowe land. The first name of the Ndowe land is Ikumembongo, who is made up of all the Ndowe villages, all the Ndowe tribes and people. So we call it Ikumembongo. So you will see Mosuku. You know it? You know Mosuku? All right. Okay, it's very, very fantastic. And you look at how we have Mosuku, we have Jomba Jambea, we have Jomba Jambea. It's made up of fish, pepper, and limes, just like that, and just
That's my
water.
favorite.
That is it. So we have Jomba, we have also Jomba Jaikai, we have Tumbanjaka. There's several meal. We have Mbondo. We have Mbondo. I don't know if you had the chance you were lucky to test that. When we in Cameroon,
Once.
I'll be pleased to do that for you, to do it for you, so that I should test it. We have Mbondo. Now we have Mbole. We have Modika. So there are those, and just to name a few, there are many. Now, my tax as a leader, my tax as, in quote, a language champion, is to keep all these meals alive, because nowadays with the everybody is eating now tomato, is it forgetting taking putting traditional meal which are promoting our identity, because our cultural identity is present in those meals, because we call it habit, in our habit, our habitual action, what we used to do. So that is a little bit about Iyasa culture. Now, what else? We have Iyasa people are both are fishermen in general, because of the presence of the Atlantic Ocean. There are several types of fishing in Iyasa language. We have Ajawe, those who are going the daytime, who are fetching, going on very far in the. We have Sambi, we have this thing, how we call it again, candy, Cuba candy. That is it, okay, and so on and so forth. You know, Iyasa culture is very diverse and have a wealthy culture. If we are Iyasa people,
The connection failed a little. We missed what you just said.
I'm not getting.
Oh, yeah, we missed the last like couple of sentences.
Couple of sentences in Iyasa language.
Oh, no. the
In Iyasa language.
connection cut out what you just said. But also,
Yes.
yes, please tell us a little bit about Iyasa in
Okay.
Iyasa if you want to.
Okay. I'm very glad. I'm very glad. But because let me tell you something. Iyasa is my language, and I have only one language. So sometimes I'm jealous. Well, I'm expressing myself in English, French, or other languages. I'm very jealous because I feel like my ears language is crying beside me that why are you not using why are you not using me? Why? So I'm very excited when I'm speaking as a language. Okay, Nambondi natoka ni na mwaka yenyu wapi ana Nambondi kevye cheve tuma eletaka ngwa ipolo etangwa ipolo jango nangu di lapaka jango na tongu di elapaka ekabaka na mutu mo epi na etumba na imeno epi bini imamengo na imbue ala itondie jambo la pomwa Iyasa itondie jambo la pomwa Iyasa eya itondie jabe boka ba wambamba engo na tondie beboka ba wambamba vato na mbondi eondaka na mwe muunda naonda ni mutu mwe pi ala na mutu mwe pi atondieche mulapo emwado tumona iwemba tondieche mbelapo ma Afrika mutu te mutu agatondieme melapo mwa metangani mihipaba fwala ngelei jamani panyoli na melapo mivoko meto mayeli kwa sukulu meni mayeli kwa sukulu meto di mayeli lapa likamato lapa mechavo ete mama mbadi mau enje epaba alada moto te moto atondieche mulapo imado. I think it's okay. It's okay. I'll try to translate it.
Yeah, if you want to tell just the basics of what you said. But first, oh God, it did my heart good to hear Iyasa. It's been so long.
Okay, I'll try to translate it. I'll try to translate it in English. I was saying that first of all, I wanted to, I'd like to thank you, Anna, for the opportunity. So you are given to me today to share my worldview, to share my experience, and to share what I feel, what I think, and what I'm planning to do about my language, my Iyasa language. And after it, I was appealing people everywhere, everybody around the globe to speak his language, not his mother tongue, not his native language, not his indigenous language, but his language. Because we have only one language. And which you see now the current context made up of globalization, where in the European languages are present everywhere. In the house, we are in the house. Yeah, in Africa, it's terrible. It's difficult. You cannot go to Ebodje like this. You want to speak in Iyasa. You have to speak in Iyasa, but people answer in French. It is sadden for me. It is very sadden. So I was appealing everybody to keep his language alive, because keeping the language alive means that you keep your culture alive, means that you keep your identity alive, because the cultural identity, first of all, is carried out by your language. because the language expresses the worldview of a typical people of a tribe, of a group of people. Your language carries down your worldview. Now, if to express our worldview we are using French or English, and English or Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Chinese are not carrying out our languages, our worldview, African worldview. It is impossible. French language is carrying out French people worldview, native French people. English language is carrying out English, British, or American, or Australian, Canadian worldview, not our worldview. So I cannot tell you that I can express Iyasa worldview in English. It is not possible. For me, it is impossible. For me to share Iyasa worldview, I should express myself in Iyasa language. You know, the importance. Our languages should be at the center of our life. Let me cut a long story short. I will cut a long story short now. Just a break. It close it later, very soon. When I was in teacher, Madame Ika, not French but Français, because in Cameroon there is a difference between French and Français. Now French is, yes, there is a difference between French and Français in the Cameroon subsystem of education. French is for francophone, for anglophone, those who are learning French as a foreign language. But Français is for those who are learning French as a second language. You see? So now, I taught French when I learned French as a second language. So Français. My Français teacher, Madame Ika, let me greet her now, was telling us when a topic was given to us in Français, in French, we were confused. And one day she told us, if it is difficult in French, try to translate it in your language, your vernacular, mother tongue. That day she used mother tongue, the expression mother tongue. Translate it in your mother tongue. And you discover that you realize that you better understand the topic. And it will be easier for you to work. You see? What does it mean? It means that you cannot master your second language better than your first language. I can't master English. You know, I consider my English as poor as it is. But my Iyasa, I know I'm excellent. My Iyasa is very excellent because even Bengal language, perfectly master Iyasa language. I don't have problem in Bengal language. I don't have problem in Bano. I don't have problem in Bapuku. I don't have problem in Kombe. I don't have problem in One. You see the mystery behind the language. The mystery behind our language, our languages, our first languages. Some people are calling them indigenous languages, others are calling them mother tongue, native languages. But me is my first and unique language. So I was trying to thank everybody and appeal them to keep our languages alive. Let us try as well as possible to speak our languages. It is an appeal. Thank you for this platform, because this platform enables me to appeal, to call everybody open, to keep our languages alive. Last time on February 26, during the presentation of the Ndowe International Press in Kribi, that's what I told to the elders, to Ndowe traditional rulers, Ndowe kings. I told them, now everybody is speaking French. Even our traditional rulers. When you are in Ebodje, you travel, you go to Ebodje for a job for the holidays. When you are going to greet the traditional ruler, you greet him in your vernacular language, mother tongue. He will answer in French. Shame for me. Abomination for me. For me, it's an abomination. In the village, in court, speaking in French and English, a place where there is no light, there is no network, you are out of civilization, that instead of speaking your language in order to promote it, to patronize it, you are speaking English or French. For me, it is an abomination. And I was very glad, very proud. I was very glad when I went to Bamun land and Banso land, Banso people. That they are, when a child grows up from 1 to around 5 or 7 years, he can say in French, in English is good morning. I was amazed. And me to understand the central role of our languages, our African languages. So, for me, when I see young people, young guys like me speaking English, they want to be like as as fluent in English as Anna Below, or more than you. I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing. Why? Because I'm laughing. Why? Because you, Anna, English is your first language or your second. I don't know. But for me,
First, yeah.
your first language, English, your first language. So it means that I cannot compare to you in speaking English. You must your worldview, because in English, but I cannot come. English is not my first. Not is neither my first nor my second language. But I want to challenge you. I cannot have that idea. Challenging you in English. As you cannot have the same idea challenging me in Iyasa language. Because even if you speak, you will never ever speak Iyasa as I do. Because Iyasa, we call it from the childhood. Language is acquired from the childhood. When I was in the university, that's what our teacher, Dr. Sok, our lecturer, Dr. Soke, she's online. She's watching. Good evening, doctor. Thank you for watching this this exchange. So language is acquired from the childhood. It means that from your childhood, are you going to school to learn Iyasa? No. Did you go to school to learn English, Anna? I don't think so.
Nope.
But
I
for
learned it
me
in my
now to
family,
speak,
just like most kids us in their family.
that is it. You see? So for me to speak English now, I went to school, have been trained in English several years, many years, about 5, 6, or 7 years, in order to speak English like I'm speaking now. But as a language, I did not go to school. And when my mother, my late mother, Ngabwadu Iren Jolie, delivered me in Ebodje, the most beautiful village in the world, I did not go to school, to speak my language. I did not go. You see, it means that African people now should master and should understand that the key of their development is their languages. Their languages. Because we cannot express our worldview through someone's language. It does not function like that. If I'm wrong, you can correct me. Big up.
I think that's a position a lot of people share, is that you can't really
That's it.
translate all of the knowledge and all of the view and all of the knowing that's in your language into another language fully. It doesn't always quite translate.
That's it. Even if you translate, translation is I don't know what to say it, traducere, I don't know if it is like that in Latin language. It means that in French, toute traduction est trahison. That's what we say in French.
Huh.
So even if you translate from one language into another, you will not really carry out the worldview or the source language or the source text. That's difficult.
For our English speaking audience, that sort of translates to
Even if it is French, even if it is, I'm telling you, any language. If you take French to translate into English, all right, it will be the message. The message will be there, you see, but it will not really carry out the worldview of the French people. That is it.
Yeah,
It is the same thing, even in our languages. Even if I translate now, Natondendi Eve, I love you. That's, this I love you. But what is the meaning? What is the idea? What is the reality behind Natondendi Eve? Na e tondendi Eve. 3 or 4 words. I love you. 3 words. You see that? Equality. There is no equality.
mm-hmm.
I love you is the equivalence of Natondendi Eve, but I love you does not carry out the reality of Natondendi Eve. That's my opinion. It's my opinion.
Yeah, the feeling is different.
It is just my opinion. My opinion is subjective. It is not objective. It might be subjective or objective. So, Anna, to end on with this, everybody should know, and I will directly answer to your second question. The concept of mother tongue. Do I accept mother tongue, native language, or this one, indigenous language? For me, I accept my language. What is native? Native is an adjective to describe language, right? Indigenous is an adjective to describe the language, which is the simplest definition of an adjective. So for me, okay, I'll ask another question. It might be rhetorical. French, is it an English language? If yes, thank God. If no, why? Why do English and French? Why English and French are not indigenous or native languages, but only African languages? For me, Iyasa is my language. At the same level, English is your language, and French is someone's language. Iyasa is not my indigenous language. No. It's not my native language. I refuse. I deny it. That is my language. And I'm very
Full
happy,
stop.
very glad. That is it. Full stop. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really interesting answer. And y'all, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you like to describe your own languages. Like what words and terms feel most right to you when you're talking about your languages. But thank you. Yeah, that's an interesting one because it is currently the United Nations Decade of Indigenous Languages. And that sort of
Mhm.
raises the question, well, what languages count as indigenous, right? Some of them, it's pretty clear. Others, like maybe like Iyasa, it's like, does this definition include languages like Iyasa? Do we want it to, right? So I don't have any answers. These are just really interesting questions to think about, and thank you for your thoughts. But I
You're
also
welcome.
wanted to know a question from the audience, and I think this is a really important one that you wanted to talk about. So, Le Motologue, what a great name, says, what solutions do you think you can offer to promote our languages?
Our languages, to promote our languages, first of all, we we should have the consideration. We should consider our languages. In my essay, my current essay, I'm still working on it. The original title is in French. Le peuple Iyasa à l'épreuve de la mondialisation, l'urgence de se réapproprier une identité culturelle en voie de disparition. Imami is after your work because I read your work. I appreciate your work on cultural identity of Iyasa language that you did in 2018. So, and this work enabled me to think about Iyasa language. And now, the work I'm on is entitled The Iyasa People in the Face of Globalization. The urgent need to reclaim a disappearing cultural identity. That's my work now. And in this work, for me, I'm making I'm presenting first of all Iyasa language. I'm presenting first of all Iyasa language from, for example, my great grandparent to now. By reading, I was not there when my great grandparent was alive. I was not there. But my father was there, my late father. But I'm trying to read some documents. I'm trying to interview some elders in Iyasa land and to know. And my own experience, I'm comparing. Now, first of all, I'm making a comparative study, analysis. It's a comparative analysis. And in this regard,
The changes that have
you will see that in all the languages, there is a difference. Even in English, you have Old English, Middle English, and Modern English. Even in English language, you see that from one era to another, there is a difference in the terms of language usage. Now, what am I doing? First of all, I'm trying as well as possible to sensitize people. I'm trying as when I have the opportunity, I will sensitize Iyasa speak to use their languages, to continue using their languages, Iyasa languages, because Iyasa is our heritage. Our language is our heritage. As I used to say it, our culture, our heritage. Please, Laurent, can you open this window, please? Hello? Oh, la connection. Oh, oh. Hello? Are you getting me? All right. Okay. Now what am I? What am I doing in order to promote? You know, I'm in the house, so there are many people there who are watching, who are listening to this interview, and everybody is excited to to
Hi,
get and
everybody.
to learn something about our discussion. And everybody is I think everybody is glad. So there is Alois is there. Good evening and good morning, because it is about 10 o'clock there. Good morning. Everybody is there. Everybody is greeting you and everybody is proud. All right. That is another Iyasa speaker who is there with me. So I was saying that for me, my first goal is to let people know the importance of language. A child from can grow up without speaking in his language, his first language. Why? Because policies does not favor our traditional languages. It does not favor our traditional languages. So in order to emerge for the personal empowerment, if you are not speaking either official languages, in Cameroon it is English and French, you cannot go. So you cannot succeed. So now, alongside our official languages, I'm trying my best as well as possible to let people know the importance of African languages, the importance of speaking our languages. So first of all, that's my goal, my first goal. And I'm presenting it. Wherever I go. The importance of speaking our traditional, our first languages. Now, second thing, what am I doing? You know, we talk about there is what we call exodus, rural exodus, saying that in our villages there is witchcraft. That is a reality in Africa. Witchcraft is a reality in Africa. First of all, I let people know that in quote, I don't know if witchcraft exists. I don't know if it does not exist. But I let people know that despite in quote the witchcraft, we should not forget where we originate, where we are from. We should go back to our roots, because our identity, even our personality, is made up of our roots. If we don't know our roots, we don't know where we are going. That's, for me, is a reality. And now, what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to vulgarize wherever I find myself. I'm trying as well as possible to use only my language, and I'm very glad because there are the younger generation, some of my age mates, now master the importance and the importance of speaking our languages. You will see, I'll tell you now the African milieu nowadays, it is almost difficult. Just you have guest visitors in your place and you call your kid, that your child, it will be difficult to send him to send him in your mother tongue if you don't want people to know what you are talking about with your kid. But it will be difficult because it does not master your first language. If you have difficulties in expressing yourself in your language, you know that it is very difficult now. It is very, 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 very difficult for me now. And to sum up, I've been engaged in a project, the Ndowe International Press. Is a New York City-based publishing company dedicated in writing and publishing Ndowe authors, Iyasa history, Ndowe history and culture, Ndowe history, culture and custom, written in English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, Japanese, and especially in Iyasa language, in Ndowe languages. Ndowe languages, especially such as Iyasa, Avanje, Bapuku, Banoko, Benga, One, Mpungwe, Bakota, Douala, and so on and so forth. Now in this project, for me, this project enabled first of all different tribe to keep their history alive. You know, for several decades, several years, history of African people was oral, and this orality was not helping us now. And in the context of globalization, where our languages tend to disappear, we are called upon to keep our history and culture alive, because sorry, sorry, Anna, because you know, our culture, our history, if we don't know where we are from, we cannot know where we are going. So, and for me, and I really appreciate the project, when Dr. Ebodje, when I contacted him, we have discussed, and the African representative of the Ndowe International Press. For me, I saw it as an opportunity to better promote my language, to better promote my history, to better promote my culture. So for me, what I'm doing is sensitization. After sensitization, it is like I'm doing like a marketing about Iyasa language to show what we are losing when we are not speaking our language, what we are losing when we are not eating our traditional meal, what we are losing when we are not dressing like this in our traditional attire. So for me, it is why every day I'm trying as well as possible, so that I should be the mirror, I should be like the example, the model. When they see me always in traditional attire, almost every time in traditional attire, and I think people feel like excited. And sometimes even if some people are saying that I am traditional, I behave like old fathers, but I like my style, and then I think that it can help other people to see the importance of our traditional life. Again,
I hear you. It's the connection is a little bit choppy, but I still, oh, nope, there you are. Hey. Yeah, yeah, it's so wonderful to hear about your obvious passion and dedication and just love for Iyasa language. And I wonder if you've seen other people your age taking notice of your work. Looks like we got some slight technical difficulties, folks. But in the meantime, if you have any questions or thoughts, or you just want to share about your own language situation, yeah, drop a comment in the chat. Oh, let's see. Can you hear me now?
Hello? Are you
Hey, can you
getting
hear
me?
me? Yeah, I think we're good.
I have problem. I'm not getting you. This,
Oh no. Well, yeah,
okay.
you're going in and out. Yeah,
Okay,
can
can
you
we
hear
go?
me?
Can we go now? I'm getting
Oh
very
yeah. All right.
difficult, very
Wrap it up
difficult,
now.
very difficult.
Alas. Well, it would have been great to talk to you a little bit more, but it looks like your connection is not going to allow us. So if folks have questions for you after watching this, can they reach out to you or put a comment here for you to answer? Oh, maybe you can't hear me at all. Oh no. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Nope.
Yes,
Nope.
I'm getting network.
Oh, kinda. Oh no. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're back. Oh, all right. Well, this may unfortunately have to be where we stop for today if the connection keeps being so bad. But I want to thank Doyle for being here with us today despite the technical problems. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm getting.
Hey, all right. Awesome. Yeah, well
Oh,
before we
oh,
go, oh, oh no.
oh. Network problem. Okay, if you are getting me, if you can get me fluently, I can
Yeah,
continue.
yeah, I hear you. Please
All
continue.
right. All right. Now, I'll answer to this the fourth question. What was there a moment in your life when you first knew you wanted to work with your language, or when you really started thinking about your language being at risk? So I'll try to answer to this question. After my secondary and high school, I went to the university. Are you getting me?
Yep, I hear you.
All right. When I finished my secondary and my high school, my secondary cycle, I went to the University of Yaoundé. There I studied in the university. I studied bilingual letters, bilingual studies, English and French. The first cycle, I studied English and French. So level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 3, we were supposed to go to Boya in the Anglophone zone, one of the Anglophone region of Cameroon. We were supposed to go there for what we are calling uh, bilingual training, bilingual internship. I think something like that. We're supposed to go in the Anglophone context in order to better acquire English, to express English every day, so that we should improve our level of speaking English. And now, because of the crisis, it was impossible for Francophone to go there because Francophone targets in this crisis. So those who are fighting there are taking Francophone as target. They are saying that Francophone. So, in one word, we were no more, we were unable to go there. Now, the head of Department of Bilingual Studies, Professor Valentine Ubanako, that we should think about teams. We should make like some such like a dissertation, a small dissertation, in order to present for our graduation. First of all, I talked about a theme concerning the problem, the crisis, and the impact of the crisis for women and children of this region, the two regions. But it was too difficult. My supervisor, Professor Banako himself, told me it is impossible to analyze, to treat this theme. And now I went to the house. I was thinking. As in bilingual study, we had some courses related to linguistics, social linguistics, African linguistics, and so on. I started thinking about, now I had a theme, the future of African languages in the context of globalization. The first day, I thought about that theme. I said, okay, if I choose this theme can be fantastic, interesting, and excited. He told me, okay, but now I'll say, the future of African languages in the context of globalization, the case of Iyasa language. That was the beginning of my work about Iyasa language. At that particular moment, I started thinking about my language. And now, during my work, my research program, my work, I read your article, The Cultural Identity of Iyasa Language and Endangered Language. This. I was so interested because in this article there is something. I don't know if you, Anna, you know what you have written. But for me, what you have written is something like a testimony. Not a testimony, a prophecy. You are prophetizing that Iyasa language is in danger. That's my understanding, how I have understood that your article. I call Cyril Bote. We're walking, and I told him. And at that time, at that period, I realized that, truly speaking, Iyasa was in danger, was at risk, the risk of extinction. So I started thinking about Iyasa language in level 3, bilingual studies. And I can tell you that it is because of your article. I told myself I should no more continue in bilingual studies, but I will go and specialize in linguistics.
Wow.
In order to see how I can help my people, how can I help my language, and how I can save it from extinction. So that is my history with my language, with Iyasa language. So that's my history.
Oh my goodness.
My tale, I can call it a tale. So that's my tale with my Iyasa language. So
Oh my
I did
God.
not
Doyle,
think
I had no
before.
idea that
I did not think. I
I
did not
didn't
think
know that article was
before
interested.
the
Very
material.
moved.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh,
Oh,
network. Yes.
network.
Are you getting me?
I hear you, yeah. Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes, a little bit.
All right. Good. Well, I guess maybe a couple of more questions that we want to cover before we end, if the network will allow it, maybe. So I like to look forward with some positivity, with some optimism, and yes, there are risks to the Iyasa language. There are challenges. There are real problems. But if you are dreaming big, if you're looking towards the future with hope, what do you hope things look like for the Iyasa language in 20 years?
That
Yeah,
the
I'll type.
connection is very poor. The
Yeah,
connection is very poor. Can you write your question? Because you are getting me,
yeah,
but I'm unable to get you fluently. So there are many problems getting you, Anna. So can you just write them so that I should answer, and then if there are another question you ask them. Very easy. It should be easier
yeah.
for us to continue.
Hopefully you see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see the question? I typed it out. Oh, network. This is one of the challenges of getting to talk to people all over the world. Sometimes the internet isn't very cooperative, but it's amazing that we can even talk from a couple of continents away, so we'll be patient. And hopefully his network will come back a little bit stronger in a second here. Oh no! Dang. Well, hopefully he'll be able to rejoin. We'll give it a minute. But if any of y'all have questions in the meantime, please drop them in the chat. Hey, yeah, yeah. It's frustrating sometimes when the connection drops like that. Let's see. I'm trying to invite him back in. Hopefully he can get in. Oh, and just 1 second. We're going to see if he can rejoin, hopefully. There we go. Hey,
Hello.
hey, can you hear me?
Hello, Anna.
Hi.
Are are you getting me?
Yep. So I put my question in the chat. Can you see it?
Should I continue with my own question? The question you sent to me yesterday,
Sure.
because I have a lot of problem in getting you. Is very difficult here. I don't know what is going wrong. What is going on?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead and continue if you can.
Oh, okay. What are you currently working on to support Iyasa? Or are you all working on behalf of other languages too? So that's the question. Okay, I will try to answer. I I said it already, I think. I'm working on an essay. Uh, it is a general view of Iyasa language in the context of globalization. It is an essay. It might be a personal view. It be my personal view. But for me, it's a general opinion. For me, it's a general analysis. General analysis. I'm giving several analysis. Iyasa language in the context of globalization. As the work is entitled Le peuple Iyasa à l'épreuve de la mondialisation, pour créer une identité culturelle en voie de disparition. The Iyasa people in the face of globalization, the urgent need to reclaim disappearing cultural identity. So now I'm working on it since November 2021. Since November 2021, I'm working on it. And for me, very difficult. It is a task for me. It's a challenge. It is a challenge because it will be like the Bible of Iyasa people, in order to promote their language. Because I would like to make it like in such a way that when you read it, you should realize that Iyasa language is at risk. Attention, the risk of disappearing, Iyasa language will disappear. And there are some statistics I'm carrying out. Now, alongside this work of presenting the risk of Iyasa language to disappear, I'm giving some ways. I'm giving some ideas. To keep it. So, our cultural identity. I'm giving some ideas. For example, I'm calling it the Ndowe Revolution. We should make the Ndowe Revolution. It is why I'm calling everybody, all the Ndowe people. I'm appealing them to come together. Because nowadays, worldwide, Iyasa are less than 25,000 people. Iyasa are less than 25,000. 25 is enough. Iyasa are less than 15,000 people. Though those are Iyasa in general. Those who are related, one parent was Iyasa, or the grandparent was Iyasa, this, that. We are about 15,000. Now, those who are capable, those who are able to express themselves in Iyasa, I will support less than 1,500. There are 1,500 people now in the world, Iyasa people, who are able to express themselves in Iyasa language. For me, it is very dangerous. It is very, very dangerous for the future of our languages, our languages in general, and Iyasa in particular. It is very dangerous. So, in this book, I'm inviting all the leaders. Iyasa people are lucky nowadays because we have about 100 doctors, PhD. We have about 12 university professors. We have lecturers. We have researchers in various domains. Now we can join our knowledge, all our experiences. We can put them together to think Iyasa, to think the future of Iyasa, to think the cultural identity of Iyasa. It is what I'm calling indeed that book, the revolution. The revolution. Imagine if today all our elites join together, come together, and think Iyasa. Oh, it will be fantastic. No, we are going to witness the renaissance, the rebirth of Iyasa language. But now, when everybody is just concentrating on himself, his own business, that is when we are egoistic. We cannot we might speak. I might speak as I'm doing now. Everybody, all the Iyasa people, the intellectuals, the scholars can sit and do the same job. But if we are not conscious, if we cannot put in our minds that we should come together, we should come together in order to promote our language, I'm not sure we are going to succeed this challenge. In your article, the one you have published in 2018, and 2018, yes, you are presenting. There is a table here where you are presenting. In this village, there are this number of speakers. In this other village, there is this number of speakers. And when after you realize that in that your table, those who are able to get, even only to get Iyasa, to master the language, are less than 2,000. Imagine Iyasa people are related to Iyasa, or one parent was Iyasa, are about 20,000. But now, you see the gap between those who are Iyasa and those who are Iyasa and can speak, can express themselves in Iyasa language. For me, it's terrible. I will see that even in languages, it is almost the same phenomenon. Many in the world languages, lucky because there are several books I have here from the International Press, all in the world languages, the world people, tribes, like Benga, Bano, Bapuku, Kombe. But when you see that cultural in the world, that's the title of one book. When you read that book, you see the diverse cultural identity where people have. And now you see what is remaining nowadays. So now my task, for me, is my task. It is not only my duty, but it's my task, my personal task. And then I'll make everything possible. I'll put a lot of effort, all my effort in this project, in my task, in order to revitalize, to perennize the Iyasa language. I'm very happy. Many things have been done by Endangered Languages Project, by SEAL Cameroon, by many organizations in order to promote Iyasa language. As I earlier said, Anna, you as an English speaking person cannot master Iyasa like an Iyasa speaker does. If you want to promote Iyasa language, it will not be like a native speaker of Iyasa. It will not be like what we call it autochtone of Iyasa. It means that we should take it. We should come beside you. You have a vision. You come towards us. You propose, and all Iyasa people will get up together and will do it. But Endangered Languages Project alone cannot and will never achieve it. It is a truth. It's a reality. I'm not speaking because I want to please X or Y or Z. I'm trying to speak the truth, what I consider the truth for me. For Iyasa language to be revitalized and to stay alive, Iyasa people. Iyasa has several intellectuals today, nowadays. I gave you the statistic. I have a list here of many Iyasa sons and daughters who are this and that, who are intellectuals, who are considered like elites of Iyasa land. But what are they doing? Only the Abi is caring about himself, his family, everybody. But we should put in our mind that we should think about the cultural heritage, the common heritage. What is the common heritage? We can live we can live lonely, we can live alone. Yes, we go. Why? And we have the heritage. We might have it. We might have our cultural heritage because our parents. Now I have a question. What about the future generations? What about our grandsons and daughters? What about our great grandsons and daughters? And what about the history? I'm very afraid, let me tell you, Iyasa can be, maybe very soon, sooner or later, Iyasa will be like the Latin language, where there is no native speaker. There is no more native speaker. Native speakers of Latin language. Why? Like this. We are not conscious of what we are losing. Everybody is running towards French, towards English. For us, if you cannot speak English like I am trying to do, you are nothing. From many people in Iyasa land, if you cannot express yourself perfectly in English or French, you are nothing. So for us, English and French are languages of prestige. If we were, because I have a lot of respect with everybody, I would say that it is bullshit. Nonsense for me. I can't speak English and French without speaking my Iyasa language. I can't do that. I can't speak my English. I can't speak English and French. English is not my language. Neither no French, no Spanish, Japanese, Italian, Portuguese. I don't know. The language is Iyasa. French or Spanish or Chinese. I will make sure that I can speak. I can speak. I can speak as perfectly as possible. More speak English. For me, it's a task, and everybody should be conscious of that. If we want to keep our language alive, our history alive, our identity alive, I told you that, I earlier said that, according to me, language carries out your identity, your personality. Now, even in nowadays, when we are discussing, I'm a black, you are white, in quotes. You ask me, where are you from? Why will I say? I'm from Cameroon. Is Cameroon a village? That's the question. Yes, but I'm from Ebodje. My village, my land, my country is Ebodje before Cameroon. My country. Where are you from? I'm from
Washington, D.C.
Ebodje. So When I'm talking, I
And I
can
think you
talk.
described Ebodje as the most beautiful. I think you might be right that
I beg your
Ebodje is the
pardon?
most beautiful village in the world.
Oh, the network is very poor this time around here.
Yeah. But I can still hear you. So I'll put one more comment in the chat.
Mm, I'm writing, I'm not getting. It is very difficult to get you. Oh, network. Oh my
Oh,
God. Oh my
Asha.
God. That's the we are facing we have nothing to do. That's our reality here. So we are just doing with that.
I put a question in the chat. Maybe you can get that one better than out loud.
Difficult to get you.
Yeah. Do you see the question in the chat?
Difficult to get you. Difficult to get you. Difficult, very difficult to get you.
Asha. Do you see the chat question? Sorry, folks. Network problems.
Can you? Very difficult. Many difficulties to get you. I'm not getting
Yeah.
you fluently. So
Let's see.
it's cutting. It's cutting.
I sent you a WhatsApp message. Maybe that will go through.
I should continue with my protocol. The question.
Yeah.
Should I? All right. Uh, the sixth question. It sounds like you're really passionate about publishing. What are some of your main reasons? What are some of the main reasons you feel it's important to have written materials in Iyasa or African languages in general? You know, uh, I'll take you back to the history. I might be wrong. There are many things in the history for me does not tell the truth. General history, the world history. And the reason is that African history was oral. The history of what Chekantajob has developed, the theories of Chekantajob and so on and so forth. You will see that they will tell us that knowledge originated in Greece. That's it. Ancient Greece. That's what they are saying. But because African history was not written, they will never tell us that all those Greek scholars came to Africa in Egypt. That's what history cannot tell us nowadays. Why? Because Africa history was not written. It is important for Africa to write their history. Our history was oral. Yes, our history was oral. Now, if you ask Iyasa people, Iyasa speakers, Iyasa natives, you ask them, where are you from? Where Iyasa people are from? Where are you? Where is your tribe from? You have 5 of the origin of Iyasa. Why? Because the history was oral and each person is transmitting it as he got it from his father. And now the version is not the same. If the history was written, all the Iyasa will tell you that Iyasa originated this from this, that place. There are 5 or 7 hypotheses in the origin of Iyasa people. Why are they hypotheses? Why are they considered like hypothesis? As hypothesis? Because the history was not written. Now, not only Iyasa, but African people should know that they must write their history. It is very important. It is very important. That's one reason. That's one of the reasons fascinating me in publishing about Ndowe, I beg your pardon, Ndowe languages. That's one of the reasons. Another reason, the current generation does not know their history. The current generation does not know roots. Why? There is no proof. There is nothing like this one. There is nothing written where you can go and read about your history. You go there, we have some parents, our parents. Most of them does not know the history of their people, of their tribe. Many of them do not know. Many of them do not know the history of their tribe. For us, for the future generation, even if Iyasa is no more existing, it will be good for future generation of Iyasa people to know that my great grandparent was Iyasa. Iyasa is this, that, and this. Iyasa is this and that. That's another reason. Through writing, publishing books, we are keeping our history alive. We are keeping our custom alive. We are keeping our identity alive. So you will see that all what I'm trying to do with other people enables Iyasa people, Iyasa language to be kept alive.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So that is
Writing
it.
can be a really powerful tool to share knowledge even across long
All
distances or
right.
times or yeah.
That's my
I don't know if you can hear me
view.
still.
Now the 8 questions. What are some of challenges of language revitalization in African context as compared to other parts of the world? All right, I'll try my best. I'll answer. I'll try. Mm. So, challenges are there are several challenges. Today we are in the world of what we call globalization, and this and that. And you see that in developing language, now most popular in Africa are the most popular in Africa, are the most spoken in Africa. Now our challenge in Africa nowadays is to keep those languages alive. That's the first challenge African is to keep their languages alive. Why? As I'll take you back to my first question. Why? Because you cannot really express your worldview in another language. Like you are for you to express your worldview, you must use your language. And now, if you are unable, that you cannot, in front of you, Anna, if I'm unable to express myself in Iyasa, I'm not qualified to discuss with you. Because I cannot express my worldview. I'm not qualified to discuss with you. That's my opinion. So, I beg your pardon. So, the first challenge in Africa is to keep African language alive. African languages. Is to promote, to perennize. Is to express ourselves in our languages. That's the first challenge. Is to express ourselves in our languages. Or our first, in quotes, our first languages. Imagine there are about 54 Africa. But African languages are spoken as official languages only in 7 countries. Imagine. African languages are spoken as official languages in only 7 countries, while Africa is made up of 54 countries. Ask. The first challenge, first of all, is to promote, to make our language to be spoken. That's the first challenge. And for me, for the moment, is the challenge, the only challenge we have in Africa. It is the world of globalization, the exchanges. We are exchanging. What are we going to exchange with other? Technology, we are behind, far behind. Development, we are not there. What is remaining? Our cultural, our worldview. Now, if we are unable to share our worldview to other, with other, means that we are not qualified in the globalization, in the current world of globalization. World of globalization. You see it? According to me, that is the challenge, the first challenge. You see, Anna? So it is important. It is important to revitalize our languages, to express ourselves in our languages. It is very, very, very important. So that's my question, my answer. I hope that my answer is interesting, because because you told me that we can skip it, but I don't want to skip it because I had something to say about it. Now the last question for me, the last question in this protocol. After you be free, you feel free to text to write your question or answer. I'll be answering. If you are dreaming big, what do you hope the language situation looks like for Iyasa in 20 years? First of all, I'm talking the reality. I'm not a fan of dreams, but I'll try. Okay, if I'm dreaming big, I'll be optimist, I'll be positive. If I'm dreaming big, I'm expecting that in 20 years, that people should be able to express themselves in Iyasa language. That's I'm hoping. I'm hoping. But now, if nothing is done in 20 years, Iyasa language will completely disappear. That's the reality. If nothing has been done in 20 years, Iyasa language will disappear from the globe, from the planet. That's the reality. But now my dream, I'm dreaming big, and I hope that other intellectuals who listen to my voice, the song of my voice, as I'm appealing them. I'm dreaming that everybody should be able to express him or herself in Iyasa. All the Iyasa speakers, all the Iyasa people. That's my dream. That's what I'm dreaming about. So, and in 20 years, I'm dreaming that Ndowe International Press should be everywhere in all the Iyasa and Ndowe land, Ikumbongo. That's another dream. And then I'm working day and night. People, African Iyasa and Ndowe people should know that the International Press is there. We are there to keep our history and culture alive. We are there to promote our languages, our group, our ethnic group. Iyasa, before being Iyasa, I'm in Ndowe. Nae Ndowe. Éboó nangona diaka Iyasa, nae Ndowe. There is a song in Iyasa tribes. Okani wana wandowe litimbecheni na singa. Éboó ebolo eye ebolo. Eitondi eja bebo kaba wambamba. Eikuduwe we Ndowe. This song is an appeal to that we should wake up. Others are in front. That's the message. So I'm summarizing the message. Let us walk hand to hand of our ancestors. See? It is fantastic.
That's a beautiful song.
So before being Iyasa, I'm in Ndowe, and I'm promoting Ndowe identity. Why? Because by promoting Ndowe identity, I'm promoting Iyasa identity. You see? That is it.
Oh, oh no, I think the connection is dropping again. Oh, there you are. I hope you can hear me, maybe. Yeah.
I'm getting you now.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, no, thank you. It
Hello.
has been such a pleasure
Oh,
talking to you today. I've learned a lot, and I'm sure everybody watching has learned a lot too. And before we go, I
mm.
wonder, are there any words of encouragement or solidarity that you would want to share with other language champions everywhere in the world?
I'm not getting connection. My God.
Oh,
Can you write
connection.
it? Can
I
you?
question. It's in
Yeah.
the chat.
Can you
Yeah.
write it, please? The last question. I'm excited
Yeah.
to answer. Can you write it because the network is disturbing now.
Yeah. It's in the chat.
Okay. Let me see. Let me
Yeah.
see
Do you
it.
see it?
No, I can't see it. Oh. Mm.
Let's see.
Why is it? Oh.
Do you see in the
Anyway,
chat?
uh, it is difficult for me to.
Uh, yeah. Can you not see the chat there? Yeah. I'll try again verbally. Do you have any words of encouragement for other language champions?
The encouragement, the word of encouragement, uh, it is an exciting moment. So I'm very excited. If you invite me, next time you invite me, I could not refuse. I could not refuse. That's it. I could not refuse the invitation because for me, sharing the experience is the best way to grow and to learn. Because when I was I was watching former language champions. I was very excited. I was very excited to be part of the game, for me to be part of the game. So the only thing I can tell to language champions like me to keep looking forward, keep looking forward. Let us go ahead because the future of our languages depends on us. The future of languages in our hands. So if we are not promoting our languages, nobody will come and promote them for us. So language champions, I'll be very glad to be watching, to be part of the conference, watching other people like I'm doing now. You know, I'll be very grateful and I'll be very glad. So let us work, continue working in order to promote our languages. Let us continue working in order to keep our languages alive. So that's what I have to say to say. And then I'm greeting. I love everybody, all the language champions. I love you so much,
And we are so
and I
grateful.
love what you are doing.
Thank you. Thank you for being here to talk to us today and to share all of your thoughts and experiences with Iyasa. And I'm sure if people have questions or thoughts to share with you, you can just post them here on the Instagram page, or we tagged Doyle's account too, so you can message him. But thank you, thank you,
That
thank
you
you.
can, yes.
Akeva.
You have all my contacts. If somebody is interested, you just give, and then I'm available 24 hours a day. So I'm available to answer, to share my experience, and I will be grateful to learn from other also.
Beautiful.
Akeva, Akeva
Akeva,
Bolo,
Doyle. I enjoy
Akeva. Okay, Jivokwe. Goodbye.
Bye.